so that's fine. So it's a 3 CTS Climathon, and starting from today, so on Sunday we'll be coming up with some sort of idea as a solution, and there will be some lectures, some brainstorming, and some activities from you in the group context. So, okay, I have a lecture. It's a small talk anyway, but then there is also a guy who's joining us from Auckland, New Zealand. Basically talks more about the data, and of course, you know, from the title of the hackathon, what we're trying to achieve from here, especially with the carbon footprint, right? So what we are trying to come up some sort of solution that we address of how to reduce the carbon footprint emission. Of course, I know that most of the guys are not from the same study or degree program, so we are not making that much technical because we are we are coming from software engineering department. So what we have designed the Climathon in a way that it makes sense to all of you guys. So please make the team formation in a way that it's not that like the guys who are from the technical field in one group, but make the group in a way that someone from social science, someone from arts, and someone from the business and tech guy get from one group. Like, how many people do you have here today physically? That's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, maybe 4 of you can make one group, and then we can start to work on that. But anyway, so okay, I have my 20 minutes talk. It might take less time as well. So I was sending a questionnaire to you all about what do you know about Climathon and how does it work with you? How do you think, and what is your opinion? Okay, right. So then 18 of you, or actually most of you have come up with the answer that you do not know what does it mean by Climathon, and some of the people, you do have knowledge about the Climathon or the hackathon. So I have done one question. Are you familiar with the hackathon? I think some of you has done this hackathon before. Anyone did it before? I know you did it, right? Yeah, so how do you define hackathon?
I would define hackathon as a very small time program where you generate an idea and work on that idea and try to validate the idea and try to get a result out of it.
Right. So if I'm from, let's say I'm from a medical background, so how would I like to see that?
Good morning.
Being a student.
Sorry,
no, it's okay. Come in. It's okay.
I think it's a very rush kind of program where you can learn something new, or sometimes you use your own idea.
Yeah.
And make it happen with a group.
Yeah.
Or try to achieve a result from that idea.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Partho. That's a very good answer. Yeah. So if we just go again to the next slide. Okay. So if someone is following me, there is also a slide there, so you can look at my face, or you can also see the slides there. Okay. So from the dictionary, yes. If we connect with Partho's statement, what he mentioned, right? So hackathon is typically or traditionally, it's an event. Okay, it's running with 48 hours, but today we are going to do it aiming for 72 hours because we just also need to be connecting with the credits and all the things that the students wanted before. So a large number of people who will be gathering, and they will try to collaborate in an event towards a solution via doing some programming or coding. And not necessarily we are doing it in this hackathon or in this Climathon. As we have mentioned you earlier, emailed you before, you don't have to be coming up with the exact something really working as much as you can. So even if you are coming up with some prototype, that's completely fine. if you're coming up with a solution that you can show, this could be some thing that we can develop something like a diagram. This is also okay, makes sense. So now talking again, Climathon and Hackathon. Sorry again for the video things. I need to turn it off later. So when you talk about the Climathon, right? So it's talking more about the climate change and the environment. So those kind of work that you can connect with the environmental activities can be considered as a Climathon. So the Climathon is focusing more something that we focus more about the environmental havoc, which we have done before. So connecting again with the hackathon, we have been doing this hackathon in Finland for a while. If you just go to the website Code Camp, you can see a lot of hackathon that we have been doing in Finland every few months. I can recall we also had a hackathon last month at LUT. In this website, Code Camp, okay, this is sort of inspired by the Coca-Cola, this logo. You can see the hackathons that has been done in Finland, all the universities or also the other places. And this is also the official website. It's also connected with the EU. It's more about Climathon. You can see the details for Climathon. It's added there as well as an event. So they are also doing this kind of Climathon-based hackathon activities, not only within the university context, but also the companies are also connecting and working towards coming up with some solution that talks about the climate change and how we need to take action for those. Okay, so when we think about the climate change and the environmental pollution or the carbon emissions, it didn't happen all of a sudden. As you can see, our air is polluted, not maybe in Finland, but if you go to the Southeast Asian content or even in some African regions, you can see this sort of havoc done by the human being ourselves. So we are the people that we have been doing this kind of things by knowing or maybe not intentionally. As a result of which, the things that we have been doing with the industrialization and the kind of activities, this is creating the rise of the temperatures as well as making our earth not that much suitable to live. So also connecting with our well-being, if you think about this, the negative consequences of the air pollution or kind of stuff, this is also connecting with our body, with our mind as well, and leading to losing a lot of lives. Now, why we talk about this carbon footprint, right? Because with one example with this air pollution, that the slides which I have shown you a few minutes before, that was clearly indicating that we have been doing a lot of pollution by ourselves. Just think about you wake up in the morning and maybe some of you, you charge your phone last night or even you just charge it in the morning. Like I charge it in the morning, or even I started the car, I put the heater on, and how much carbon emissions I have done by myself from that transport. Now with the food and household, how many, if you see how many grams of or kilograms of waste we are producing from making our foods, or even from making our foods to throwing the bins and kind of stuff. Phone and internet, it's something wasting a lot of energy. I'll give you the example of it later. But then again, with the whole process, if you see, you'll be surprised to know that, the jeans pant that I'm wearing at the moment, do you know how much You don't have to look at the brand of my pants, but what I'm telling you guys, the amount of water and each jeans is consuming. I think you know that answer. Did you? I think there was some guy from Pakistan. He was telling me that the amount of water that we are wasting to produce one pant with the jeans pant. Actually, it's a lot of water which we can use it because people are struggling to get the crystal water by themselves. So that's actually a huge problem for us, right? And then again, if we also think about the dairy product, so connecting with animal husbandry or the industry production of meat, do you know how much waters we are wasting to produce those meats? Now, why I am talking about is it connected to the carbon footprint? Yes, they are because the logistics are somehow connected with the technologies, and the whole system, system is also connected with the whole ecosystem. So you can connect those, and you can try to relate of the carbon footprint that has been producing each and every single second. So, of course, you can do this analysis by yourself. I can give you one example. It was the report by UNICEF that the amount of emails which we are sending every year, it is around some 136 gram or something like that. I need to check the information again. Okay, just to give you the right information. Just 136 kilogram of emissions by sending your emails or even reading the emails in 1 year, which is equivalent to 340 kilometers of driving a car. So I am thinking of not to drive my car, but at the same time, I am wasting or even producing that much of carbon by even reading the emails or even working with the emails. So it's something that we can be more careful from our side, from the individual people side, from the community side. How can we make the society with the less carbon footprint? So a few tips that has been provided by UNICEF again. They have highlighted these 5 key tips for all of us, for the good citizens in the art. So they talk about more keep your devices longer. Okay, like when I was very young, I used to change my mobile phone every 6 months. Like I can recall when I was an undergrad student, or even so the masters as well, masters level. I used to change my phone every 6 to 1 year at least. Yes, when the new iPhones were coming, like 3GS and 4, 5, whatever. Then I stopped actually when the 6S Plus come. I stopped. So there was a reason. Okay, no one didn't tell about sustainability to me, and I was thinking. Because the phone will be coming every 6 months or 1 year. You can see all the mobile phone brand companies are coming with the new designs, with the new features. This is a never-ending story. So how about I just update the software using the same thing? Because if I'm moving to the new phone, it also takes me a few weeks, a few months to get accustomed to the new system. So I try to keep the same phone for a while. Now, I have been using this phone that I have at the moment for the last nearly 5 years, 4.5. Then, not only the phone that we are thinking of, at the same time, we can think to use the laptops. Maybe if you think to keep it for 2 years, maybe 1 more year more, and then you just can think of this machine can last long time because the waste that is coming from the laptops, because if your laptop is not working right, it has to be thrown into the recycle bin, and this is also causing this carbon emissions or the wastage, so which is not good for the environment, right? So thinking about all the electricity as well, maybe the televisions, the fridge. Sorry, can you turn it off, please? And then, so again, connecting all the equipments that I'm thinking from the electricity side and everything, right? So keep it a long time. Okay, some of the machines you can think, because if you go to some manufacturing companies, some of the machines with the maintenance, it costs more money, it consumes more carbons. So if you think some of the machines that is producing more carbons to maintain, we can get rid of those. So you also have to be thinking which kind of devices you are maintaining. Okay, the second one is reduce the energy consumption of devices. Yeah, so as I have given you this example, so try to be careful of using less energy and within your device or the things that you are having in your daily life, the electric gadgets or whatever in your daily life or the machines that you're connected with. I was using my washing machine last night because it was taking less electricity after 12. So I'm just giving one example, reduce our use of email. The emails that you do not need it, you can just delete it permanently. And one more example, you don't have to reply to all the people. So even sending one email to one single person, that is consuming less carbon emissions than that of you are sending the emails to 100 peoples. So every small tiny task can be changed if you measure with the number of peoples. So you can think, okay, I'm just sending only one email. But then again, if you just calculate with the number of the billions of the people, then the energy is actually huge. Clean up our files and apps. So okay, so if you do not need the files or anything within the cloud system, okay, my Google Drive is full with a lot of unnecessary things. I also need to be deleting it today after reading the slides. So some of the files that we do not need, we can easily delete it. So it's not required. So again, connecting with this cloud repository that you have within your control. And also at the same time, the industries or the companies, they can come up with something, actions like that. Okay, from the policy level, at the governments, okay, the EU has been doing a lot of tasks. And that's how we are doing also this kind of climate on activities. The policy level, there is a policy, but now it's the people who need to take actions by themselves. And so the last one they talk from the UNICEF is act more sustainability in online meetings. Right. So again, if it is not required, then you don't have to be connected with the online meetings because it also requires the device to be turned on. At the same time, it is also killing a lot of data, consuming the carbons with the machine from the desktop to the servers, coming to your laptop, to your phones, all over the places. So then all we are thinking about is how to reduce this digital carbon footprint by ourselves, by changing ourselves, by taking some steps by ourselves. But then again, the question comes, why do we really need to change those things? It's not our fault. We haven't done this. We are not part of the things because we didn't do those air pollution by ourselves. Okay, maybe not yet, you are right, yes. But then again, maybe our previous generations did it by not knowing the consequences of it, right? So it's the right time for the new generation, for the 21st century people, to explore that what we need to be doing from our personal life to the community level. So in the personal level, we can think about, do we really need to improve our health? Do you really need to live 100 years, or you need to live a very sick life and die in 50, 60 years? Okay, with the dye, I don't know. It's very unpredictable, but at the same time, if you have a good environment, then the chance of having a healthy life, it's higher. Then again, adapting situations and the resilience. Okay, you can see with the current situations in the world, the war and the conflicts and the unrest situation happening in the world, which is not nice for us as well. So how can we make a more nice and good resilient society so that we can live peacefully? There is no war, there is no conflict, or even there is no argument with each other, because we are the human body as one identity. That's it. So boost your professional success if you think. If you really would like to change your attitude or your behaviors, connecting the carbon emissions or even the environmental change which is happening, this is also boosting up your professional levels, because you are a careful worker who is part of the workplace, or even you become an entrepreneur who think you have this green mindset that you are trying to build a better place for all the living beings on earth. And you are enjoying your life. The most important thing is, because once you are changing yourself by doing those kind of actions, you can feel by yourself that you are feeling happy, and how the other people's also being connected with you and they're getting benefited from you. Okay, from the public level, you can think of people can save a lot of money and resources, because if we are to use the same sort of device and making the systems running for a long time, then it can save a lot of time and money. Absolutely. Help others through your experience. So I can give the experience to my friends, what I have been doing. And they feel very much happy that what I have been doing with my work with the sustainability and kind of research. And then improve the relationship and improve the community. So you can improve the community for a better digitalized service for tomorrow, connecting with all the actions, all the positive actions that you are thinking by yourself. Yeah.
Is it possible to stop that?
Yes, we'll be stopping. My lecture is almost finished. It might take some time. Sorry for that, yes. Okay, so but again, how do we alter? Maybe we can pause the lecture. Just one second. Can we do this way? Do you help with this turning it off on the right side one? This is actually distracting, yes, you're right.
Yes, it's like epilepsy. Or fine.
Yeah, on that side. So how do we alter our habit or behavior? What could be the tricks and how can we do it? So I'm just continuing my lecture to save the time. Perfect, thanks guys, thank you. Awesome. How do we change the things that I need to be doing by myself? How can we influence ourselves? How can we push ourselves to do some kind of work? Then the question comes with this climathon, right? So how to contribute for better sustainable actions towards reducing the digital carbon footprint? How can we do it, right? So maybe we need to push ourselves, or we need to keep ourselves motivated by connecting others, that we have to take the actions. So, but then again, we cannot do it by ourselves, because we somehow we are surrounded with the technology. So we can utilize this technology. Of course, this technology is negatively producing carbons, but then again, we can of course use this technology to reduce the havoc that it has done by itself. So we are then talking about technology as a solution, that we connect people, we connect the citizens, we connect our friends and family, and we do some activities and by which their community can be influenced. So a lot of things that we can develop or design or we can utilize. Let's say some sort of persuasive technology or some technology that is persuading you, that is motivating you towards doing some tasks. Some sort of things that you can think. So like I am turning on my alarm in the morning. So I'm being self-nudged, I'm being self-pushed in the morning so that I wake up with the alarm. Now I do not wake up in the morning with one alarm. So I turn it on with 3 alarms because I know the first alarm, I just turn it off and I'm going to sleep again. And this happened in the morning today as well. So in the second alarm, I know that, okay, the first alarm didn't work out. So the second alarm, again, I turn it off. And the third alarm is finally working. And then within that reminder, I was putting this note, okay, I have a lecture, I have this climathon, I have to come. By the way, I slept at 4:30 because of some of the work that I had to go. So it was a bit challenging for me. But then again, somehow I did this self-pushing myself that I have to wake up and because I have a commitment, I have a goal to achieve. So some sort of solution that if we can think of that is connecting me. So this climathon was connecting me through this technology because we have been chatting with the WhatsApp with these guys. Thanks to Shakil and to Carolina for the tremendous effort. We have been working for this climathon organizing. And this year we have more people like you than that of last year, so which is very good news. So this is also one of the motivation connecting the WhatsApp as a way to influence us towards these climathons. And we also have made a wonderful website. You can see the green pictures and the colors from where you have done the registrations. And it also didn't take that much carbons. Shakil can tell us a bit about how did he use it, and do you think we consumed a lot of carbons from that website because you didn't use that much of pages and
No, it was just simple 3 pages.
yeah.
And, no unnecessary information.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
unnecessary graphics or something like that.
Yeah. Yes. So what Shakil did actually, because why I was telling to Shakil's connections, because Shakil was adding a lot of a link, because if you're thinking about developing some services or some systems, even connecting some links is also saving the carbons emissions. So it's one of a good example. He only had 3 pages, and in most of the pages he only had the links to provide or to connect, right? So now, why I'm talking about this persuasive technology and nudging kind of things, it's a way that people have been doing kind of work. And okay, this is sort of the examples that you can see. Gamification with the points, badges, people have been using this a lot in their daily life. You can see in some services, these are the things that people are connecting and influencing people to be connected. Like the Facebook, it's giving a lot of likes, loves, or the Insta, whatever. Okay, so why I talk about nudging things, because these guys, they won actually a Nobel Prize based on their work anyway, but it's about influencing our knowledge and the cognitive bias to change our behavior in positive directions. So with nudging, it's very cost-effective solution, so it doesn't cost you a lot of money. People can be nudged easily. So it's a very effective way of doing or pushing people towards any positive directions. Okay, now when we think about the application, so we are just finishing early because to maintain the time. When we think about the hackathon or the climathon that you're going to do today, because we talk about this technological solution that we are coming as a part of this climathon output, we think about this design thinking. It's a sustainable approach when someone is trying to come up with designing and developing some solutions. Right, so the design thinking iterative process, it has, you can see before they had 5 steps, but now they have 6 steps, starting with the empathy. So giving you one very good example with the empathy. So empathy is more about you listen to people. So let's say I am trying to develop a solution today, based on this climate, right? And then I am talking with my peers, with my colleagues. I'm asking some questions around my peers, what kind of things I would like to see with some questions. And then I am observing those people, how those people are giving me feedback. Even like I'm asking you some questions and you are giving me some feedbacks. So basically, what I'm trying to highlight with this design thinking iterative process with the empathy is first you observe your people. So now, when you're doing this climathon, you are forming a group, and then you can ask questions to your group mates or even to the other group members. What is the problem they are facing in the daily life, or the solution that you are focusing to develop. So asking questions to the other people. Once you have those information from the people, then you define the problem statement. So you have your problem identified based on the observation that what you have seen from the other guys, right? And into the next stage, you are doing some sort of ideation. So ideation is more about how you are trying to find the thing that you need to do. So even so today, you need to come up with something. Okay, this is something what we need to come up with as a solution. So the ideation is giving you that kind of an idea. And then the next level is more about the prototyping. So once you have an idea and then you do this prototyping, so it's a solution. Okay, prototype could be anything. If how many of you, I think most of you are familiar with prototyping, right? If not, then I can give a short descriptions. Who is not familiar with prototyping? I think all of you, right? Are you not familiar with prototype?
No.
Okay, so no, not a problem. So let's say the prototype is actually a version of us. I can give you an example, like a software, like a Facebook. Facebook is really working, but then again, the prototype is something that if I want to develop something like a Facebook, I will be doing some drawing some pictures. Let's say this is the first page of my Facebook. So this is my own Facebook website anyway. So I'm just designing it. So to give what kind of a system I would like to see as a final product. So this paper prototype this is called paper prototype. So low fidelity prototype. So prototype there are three kinds of prototypes. So low fidelity, mid fidelity, and high fidelity. So this is sort of low fidelity with the pen paper, and the mid fidelity is something you can use. There are some softwares that even you can use in the Climathon, Balsamic, Envisions, Marvel app, and even Figma that you can use of. And the high fidelity is something that is more interactive, so people can use it. They can feel it, that they sort of the real version of it, even though the database from the backside may be not connected. But then again, people can use it and they can feel that, hey, this is something really working. I think you have some perfect. Right. So then you do the testing, right? Once you have your prototype ready and this Climathon, you do this testing with other group people. You do this testing, and how can you do the testing? I mean, that is a questionnaire. It's called SAS, System Usability Scale. You can use that one as a way. If that you can check online with the SUS, System Usability Scale. If this is a good going more than 68%, there is a way of calculating that. You can check online, and you can ask me as well. I can help you with that. But if you think that is something you are making, this is making it complicated, but you can just simply ask some questions. So the SAS system usability questionnaire is more about quantitative questions, so like 1 to 5. But you can come up also, of course, with the qualitative questions. So by asking some questions, so how do you feel, or how are you liking it? You can Google it. You can find some good format of these testing questions. And then if it is being satisfied by the other group mates, that means they the system is working well and then you come up with the real implementation, you can then actually implement it to the market. Okay, maybe not in this Climathon because we are not launching it into the app store or even into the market, into the website. But if you are that much brave, you can do it as well. You can put it into the website so that people can use it starting from the end of the Climathon. So we're just going to the timeline, what we need to be doing in this Climathon. Can you just show this?
The schedule.
Yeah, the schedule. So this was sort of the end of our lecture. Thank you.